Hey, it's your girl KV back with another review. This is for Married to Medicine, Season 11, Episode 11, Trouble at the Sandbar. Okay, y'all, when I tell you, I recorded this whole video yesterday, and then halfway through, I realized that my humidifier back here was on, and I was like, ooh. I can't stand watching a video and it's got all this crazy noise or like a humming or like a fire detector, smoke detector. No, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to do this one over. And it just ended up being too daggone long in the first place. So this episode is season 11, episode 11, Trouble at the Sandbar. I'm trying to turn my stuff up. My thing kind of dark. Child. So let's just start with like what's that called? Watch What Happens Live, y'all. We see T on Watch What Happens Live. She looks good. I am not gonna lie. Sweet T looked good. The body looks snatched. The waist was, I said, okay, T, whatever you doing, girl, you look good. But them bangs was giving Shih Tzu. And I just couldn't quite get fully behind it. A lot of people noticed that Sweet Tea was wearing pretty much the same dress that Quad got on. that Quad got on in her confessionals. Sweet Tea scares me. This lady frightens me, okay? She is giving single black female. Is it just me? The fact that she tries to act like she didn't watch this show and didn't know what was going on with whatever they had in the past. But when you jumped in his DMs, you said, I can give you what you really want. So how did you know that he really wanted a baby, and to insinuate it as if, your last girl didn't give you a baby if you didn't watch the show, right? She gets in the house. She don't, when she did that daggone house tour and she's like, yeah, I had to exorcise some demons. It was just like, baby, what was the point of that? Why we had to say that? It started out the gate with her being messy. So of course, Quad petty anyway. And now you're giving her a reason to be petty towards you. So yeah, you got I got a little access to the money on live with Heavenly. You got her making fun of your voice and just kind of sunning you and playing you because you started it at the gate before the season even started, child. It was like, are y'all filming yet? Y'all probably just started filming because they probably had just started filming because they probably wasn't even filming yet because she looked real regular. I say that no disrespect. She just looked real regular. Like, if I right now was to just go put on a little sundress to look cute and go to the door and invite somebody in to give a tour, that's what T was giving. The hair was not laid. Did she have on makeup? If it was just a little pitch patch. Like, it was just real like, oh shit, y'all here? Okay, come in. And you being messy. So I'm like, ooh, y'all couldn't have been filming yet if your hair looking like that. Anytime T open her mouth, it's just to talk down on Quad or Heavenly. And we still don't know that much about her. That's the part where it's like, T, I be wanting to like you. I be wanting to give her a chance because, I'm just watching a show. I don't have a side. I'm just here as a spectator. So I look at the good and bad in every character that I see. But it just be like, girl, every time we see you talking about how Heavenly did this, how Quad did this. And it's like, girl, do something else. But speaking of doing something else, she got these t-shirts, y'all. She made these t-shirts, and the t-shirts, a little access to the money t-shirts. I said, girl, excuse me. And she presents it to them on Watch What Happens Live. Greg is just looking like, how do you, Andy, let me do an Andy voice. So, Greg, how do you feel about the access to the money t-shirts? How does that make you feel? And Greg is like, well, it's a bit concerning. Sir, you was always hollering about how quad a gold nigga, you gotta pay all the bills in the house, this, that, and the third. You got yourself that really is a gold nigga. Now she really with you for the what. So you got what you want, granddad. Shoot. And I'm like, does T still work? I'm wondering if she still works her regular job. I know she mentioned that she had a government job. We know that she was in the military and stuff like that, but that's literally all we know. That is literally all we know. They asked somewhere, I can't remember if it was on here or like some interview, but somebody had asked her, how she feel about them saying that Greg didn't want his marriage, because she was like, Greg didn't want that marriage either, and it was like, yes he did. And he was like, yes he did. And he was like, who wouldn't fight for their marriage? Who wouldn't fight for their marriage? He literally admitted in front of you that he fought for their marriage, but she thinks that anybody who thinks that he still wanted that marriage is simple-minded. They simple-minded, and that the folks on the show just want a storyline. I'm like, how would that be a storyline for them? Huh? How would that be a storyline for them that your husband wanted to fight for his marriage with his ex-wife at some point? It's giving you're the simple-minded one, Letitia. And your own husband said it too. So on to the episode. Trouble at the Sandbar. We see everybody getting ready for the day. Cecil and Simone had me cracking up because Cecil like, yeah, I got my shirt open. Just right here though. I can't show off the belly, but I can show this. And if you don't talk about me like Quad talk about King, I don't want it. It is so good to see Cecil and Simone doing good. I just love my little Spellhouse family, y'all. I'm drinking protein and banana. I worked out before this, y'all. I went to the gym and spent like a little over an hour getting to it. So we see Quad and King, and she's like, last night was crazy. I just don't understand. What set him off? He went crazy. I don't know. What was it that set him off? King over there like, I think it was the sex talk. And they flashed to how many times, y'all? A week. And it was 15 times. And we see Greg with the tiki behind him. Looking like it's a flame on his head. That was just perfect angling and editing. Hilarious. So she's telling him that G is obviously jealous that she got you around now, and it might be hard for him. But she mentions that, nobody gave me grace when it was him bringing her around into my friend circle. But now when it's me, they can't handle it. He said, yeah, they can't handle it. I said, period. Everybody in the comments on Twitter was like, oh, he's so over this conversation. Look at him. I'm like, yeah, he's annoyed because of the conversation is happening. But if he's with Quad and all of her extraness, he absolutely knows what that means with her on TV. Okay? Ain't no way. That lady, it seems like she is the same on and off TV. So he know what he got in a woman. And he look like he here. He riding. They can't handle it. You right, babe. They can't handle it. We got him pressed. Okay? Press. That's what he's talking about. He went there. But she says that she was a bit triggered by G screaming at T. I was just like, yeah, I bet. Online, people were trying to say that they broke up because people was asking him all these crazy questions on his comments on Instagram. They was like, oh, they broke up. Look, they broke up. And they get on, for one, Heavenly had hopped online like, they did not break up. They are in Jamaica right now. Like, what are y'all talking about? And then they posted a video. Well, Quad was like, baby, the people said we broke up. We broke up. He was like, no, we'll break up. Oh, I'm gonna break up. They are cute. I like them together. She seems happy and he seems down for whatever it is that she got going on. Happiness, blessings, and baby bumps for them, okay? Meanwhile, Greg is over there talking to Letitia, and he's basically like warming up to apologize for yelling at her. She was confused because she did not understand why he went off on her like that. He apologized for his actions, but not his feelings, because it pissed him off that Quad was being extra. I approve of this marriage. You know, she's perfect. She is perfect for my ex-husband. We don't care what you think. He was mad. He was very much perturbed. Then he claims that he was trying to protect Letitia from Quad's madness, and that's why he was screaming at her. Boy, y'all somewhere. Ain't nobody got time for your madness, okay? G says, well, this age got relationship mess. I mean, I guess this is where you really see it, because, you ain't handling it like you mature, like you somebody my age. So, you need to be more mature, like me and my age group, This is what an age gap relationship really shows, I said there's so many things wrong with this statement, but I'll just say too. One, you marry somebody that's young enough to be your daughter and you complaining about having to raise them. Stop it. Two, you expect her to be as mature as you in your age group when you were the main one cutting up. Make it make sense, Dr. G. And this couple scares me. Letitia acting like she's not trying to emulate Quad and whatever it is that she does, because wearing that dress, I'm sorry, no. That's weird. And then it wouldn't be weird as a standalone, but seeing all of the little slide things that we find out, like T's dating service is the same name as Quad Seasoning. Like, it's too much. It's too much. But yeah, yeah. These are two reasons I'm gonna cite right now on Gregory. Are you serious right now? Child, bye. Child. She's just like, no, you right. I ain't gonna be mature like that, because if somebody come for me, I'm upset for them too. Can't be mad at that, right? Okay, where we at? I feel like there was so many notes. Every scene had a little bit of something. And it's usually not like that. We see Eugene and Toya go to lunch with Steve and Mimi. He's talking about how he's the hometown hero back home because he went off to the NFL. And clearly he seems pretty scandal-free, because I ain't seen nothing floating through these comments. And people good for pulling up some receipts, baby. So they see these little bike rentals. And Mimi said, I'm straight on that. Steve, she don't really ride bikes all that well. I said, my sister, me either, okay? And she also said she's a dancer. I said, me also. So I like Mimi. So far, I like Mimi. She ain't gave no bad energy. She just, chilling and observing, giving her opinion when it is, when it's appropriate. Toya orders Patron, of course, and they're like, oh, it's gotta be Patron. She said, yeah, it has no additives and no preservatives, because the additives, that's what makes me angry. They were like, oh, word? Okay, well, what does angry Toya look like? As many arguments as she has gotten into with the women on this show, production only shows clips of her hollering at Eugene. They are so messy. And my favorite, of course, is you better put that biscuit in your mouth and quit playing. That is a staple around here in my house. When we are over the conversation and we're not trying to let it get to an escalated argument, usually one of us will be like, you better put that biscuit in your mouth and quit playing. The first time he said it to me, I screamed, because I was like, I taught you so well. You get the pop culture references and the reality TV references that means something. And it'd be funny, y'all. It'd be funny. So they were like, well, what Toya did we have last night? It was like, oh, that was the cool Toya. That was the chill Toya. Toya and Eugene is saying this. So they kind of have like a little chuckle, because they like, girl, you was kind of being messy, okay? You was making people uncomfortable. She said, me? Oh, no. I was talking about how they were making people uncomfortable. Not me. They were like, okay. Well, if somebody started the fire, there was somebody else who had gasoline. She said, okay, I'll be responsible for, having a candle of fire. I said it must be one of them 5-wick Karen Hugo candles, cause she be fanning the flames. The fact that she asked Quad, "You gonna play in the baby shower?" And Quad like, "I'm gonna play in the baby shower. That's gonna be grand. I'm gonna throw the baby shower. I'm gonna throw it in the circle." And I'm gonna throw it in the circle. That's my little add-on for anything now. My husband just be like, he be like, "You finna go to the store?" And da-da-da. I be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get this and that and the third. And I'm gonna throw it in the circle." So, okay, her little candle of the flame. Little quick scene, we see Heavenly tell Simone and Jackie that Apollo is coming. He said Shireen ain't coming, but he's definitely coming. They looking at her like, "Excuse me?" She's like, "Girl, I already told Phaedra, she already know. You think he gonna be cool with Shaq being here?" She like, "Listen, I don't know nothing about that, okay?" But she did this. Phaedra brought Shaq to get up under Apollo's skin and play in his face. I said, as if you didn't bring Apollo to play in her face. She said, "Oh, I see you're 5 and raise you 10. Okay, Phaedra said, "Well, if we're going to heat it up, we're going to really, really make it spicy." So they were like, "Oh, okay." So when Ish pop off, we just going to say, "Phaedra knows." I said, basically, I just need like a little, my light to come over a little bit more. One of these days, I'm going to order another ring light. I mean, ordering everything. Every time I get on like Amazon or something like that, I end up getting some more stuff for my baby's birthday party next month. And be forgetting about my stuff. I bought the big old, like, what's that? Connect 4? The big old Connect 4 gang where it can be like a little yard size or whatever. It's like her height type deal. And it can go up a little bit. Ended up buying that for the birthday party too, child. Just buying stuff. So they're getting on a boat. It's boat day. Truda married to medicine fashion. It is not a yacht, okay? She said, the Toya is like, "Oh, it's like a floating tub." And Contessa is like, "Oh, this is cute." Simone is like, "Listen, Contessa, you wasn't here last year when I got a yacht in Hilton Head, but I'm just gonna say this all y'all deserve anyway." I said, "Well then." Apollo and his wife get there right before they leaving because they waited on them rather. Heavenly on the phone. Hey Apollo, hey. Yeah, we about to get on the boat. Y'all on the way? All right, y'all hurry up and get here. We're gonna wait for y'all, okay? All right now. Messy dinner mug, okay? Then they see that Shireen is with Apollo, right? Quad is like, "Did anybody know that Apollo was coming?" Because it's very few people that know. Phaedra gonna act like she don't know. So in a confessional, Phaedra tells us that Shireen was the side chick from when she was pregnant with their youngest child. I said, yeah, that checks out, and it had already popped in my head. We already knew who Shireen was because she popped up at OLG Grand Opening, and they play that clip. They play that clip from Real Housewives of Atlanta where they had Candy and Ty's OLG Grand Opening, and Shireen popped up like, "Hey, I'm Shireen. I'm here on behalf of Apollo. Since he's locked up, I'm just here, to give you guys great wishes," type deal. And they're like, "Apollo locked up and was married when he got in there and is still married. So how is you somebody's girlfriend?" She was like, "Well, wifey didn't have time for him. Wifey never had time for him. And so, I said, "Oh, okay, yep." I forgot that they had gotten married at some point. Because, when they had the ring camera stuff, what he had kind of somebody ring camera? Yeah, child. So Phaedra's so fake because now she is like acting like she didn't really know he was coming, and she's feeling a way about Heavenly doing this. But it's like, girl, tell her to her face. She called you and she asked, "Hey, can I bring Apollo?" You fronted like you was cool with it. So we here now, boo. We here now. Acting like she ain't know. Quad talking about, T talking about, "Ooh, child, another scorned ex." And Quad talking about, "Phaedra, let's see how it feels now. Let's see how it feels." Heavenly was like, on her Messy Monday lives. She said, that's exactly why I made sure production got that on film of me telling her, because I knew she was going to act like she didn't know. So we see Shireen and Apollo getting on the boat. Shaq and Shireen give like a hug, and he goes over and on Apollo too. So everybody's like, what the hell is happening right here? Y'all know each other? Like, what is going on? Everybody is having like a whoa reaction to this whole situation. Apollo is over there telling Quad that Phaedra has been lying, and Shaq is their good friend. He be with them every week. And, child, what a mess. We see T, well, we don't see, but we see the aftermath. T and King have a shot and just talk, basically to check the temperature. We ain't beefing. I know that we with exes and, but we ain't got no reason to be looking at each other sideways. So, shot, dap it up type deal. They arrive at the private sandbar, and it goes some good, great, good gosh, lash, it was just a lot going on. What we get? It's a nice little view. They get on the beach, everybody just kind of taking it all in, going to the sandbar. T and Greg made a heart in the sand with their initials. Everybody like, they so corny. So then, of course, they separate out by gender. The girls all go get some floaties and sit in the shallow part of the ocean. The guys go sit in some little beach chairs and have cigars and bleezies, okay? Because gotta have the bleezy. So Apollo is being all elusive while Steve is asking him, like, oh, how you fit into this group? Who yada, yada, yada. He's just like, yeah, I've been around. Why won't you just say you Phaedra ex-husband and you know these people, Clearly I ain't on the show, but I know these people. So somehow they go to talking about a push-up contest, and we only see Dr. G do push-ups. So how weird is this? Because the way it's cut, it don't even look like it's space for anybody else to have done push-ups. You know what I mean? Like, was him and King having a push-up contest off? Like, did G really just get Letitia? Everybody's like, ooh, way to make it weird, right? Way to make it weird. Everybody was really confused by this scene, but being on the other side of this episode, having seen everything that transpired, this is absolutely King trying to hype himself up to come at G. This is absolutely G trying to hype himself up to come at King, right? Real childish like. So Damon ends up shouting out King for coming in positive and not Damon, Eugene, coming in positive and, for taking your shirt off for the ladies. But Dr. G is like, well, I ain't been so welcoming to you, okay? But, I ain't got no problem with you and da-da-da-da. The combo seems to start off smooth, but we see that Greg is like I said, riling King up. He's just like, riling King up at this point. And he goes on to further to start the antagonizing by saying, yeah, I just told her she talked too damn much. King like, oh, a word? That you said that to her? Oh, I ain't hear that last night. Greg says, yeah, I ain't mean for you to. So why are you saying it now? Everybody's in the confessional like, whoo, Greg said that Quad talked too much. Look like it's two people that talk too much, huh? Yeah. So King like, oh, I ain't hear that. I think you need to apologize to her. And Green like, I think it's responsibilities on both parts. Scott was like, y'all just need to let the sun shed on this that happened last night. Y'all just need to let the sun set on that shit. And then Eugene is stammering like, I think the key to so what the problem is where am I going with this? Somebody help me. Scott over here playing in the sand with his feet. Everybody just kind of looking around like, nope. And then Cecil hops in and was like, well, I think that, I would like to say, I think she just got kind of emotional. I said, thank you, Morehouse Man, for pulling it all together, because Because Eugene is gagged and flustered and he don't know what to do. He's just trying to make sure his friend don't get beat up. Okay? That's basically all Eugene. He was over there malfunctioning. I think the key, where am I going with this? Eugene was over there glitching. So at this point, G, for the most part, his words, if you just take his words into account and not look at what he's doing in this scene, you would think, oh, okay, he's trying to, have a truce, be peaceful. Yeah, but he gets up and walks across the room. I know they're on the beach, but they sitting in a room size. He walks across the room to get in his face to just be like, yeah, da, 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 da. And I'm just, I ain't got no problem. We can be good. Like, we good. It looks like he might have tried to dap him up, but for me, if you're talking smack about what happened, I say you need to apologize. You basically saying no, and then you hop up to, hustle over to my face. Chill out, bro. You doing too much. You could have got up and came halfway and been like, and if he didn't, you just set it on back down. But the fact that you came all the way up in his face like that after doing these push-ups, after you talking about your girl need to shut the F up, it's giving you trying to check me. It's giving you trying to let me know that you're not a punk and you will literally go toe to toe with me, right? The people that think that Greg was being completely innocent and completely nice in this moment are crazy. I'm like, you probably got punked a lot if you don't see the aggression in some of his actions, right? Right. So, yeah, also when he came out, he was like, yeah, she needs somebody to stand up for her. Yeah, she needs somebody. I like to see, yeah, she needs somebody to take up for her. Yeah, because you was with her for years and you didn't. Meanwhile, Shaq and Phaedra like, dang, they're simulating, on the beach taking freaky pics. Apollo looking disturbed. I was like, ooh, is that editing? Or was he really looking like to that two-bed situation? The ladies end up asking Shireen how she feels about Phaedra's man being a friend. Oh my God, stop calling him her man. Shaq is for the streets. Shaq is everybody's man. He's everybody's man. I just think it's so messy that they're doing this. Shireen's like, we're all friends. Because Toya is like, oh, Shireen, I heard that Shaq comes over for dinners, like even Thanksgiving dinner. She's like, yes, we're family. He's been to plenty of dinners at our house. She is getting super defensive of the friendship and is really getting high in energy. I said, is Shaq y'all little boy toy? Is that y'all play toy? That's where my mind went. So I think Shaq must have heard his name because he tried his tall self over there. And he's just like, hey, da, 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 da. And they like, how you know them? And he's like, that's none of your business. And she's like, oh, well, we heard this and that. What'd she say? She was like, oh, we heard that you and that. He was like, why are you asking so many questions? So they're like, so you gonna be the stepdaddy to his kids? Did you tell Apollo that you dating his ex-wife? Phaedra is annoyed. She's like, in her confessional, this is what I mean by these type of bitches. I said, I know that's right. I can't stand Phaedra, but the material. Apollo says, you ain't tell me nothing. You told me that y'all had matched during the speed dating, but you ain't tell me that y'all had actually went to go on a date. Helen says that, yeah, I already said that part. Phaedra is like, well, why are you worried about who I'm doing, what I'm doing, who I'm dating? Shireen pipes up, he don't give a F about you. Girl, you don't even go here. Like, be quiet. One, is not about you. Two, you don't even go here. I was cracking up at that. We hear the audio of Phaedra being like, my name ain't Faith. Oh, first, before that, he don't give a F about you. And then she turns to Apollo and says, see, I told you, Miss Faye, yada, yada, yada. And then we just see the back of Phaedra's head and we hear the audio of, and my name ain't Miss Faye, you bad built bitch. And they're showing everybody looking like, But I already knew the fact that they didn't show her face in a wide scene of that. I was like, they cropped that. Ain't no way somebody say that to you if you already then kind of jump stupid. Like you ready for the get down as far as Shireen goes, screaming and carrying on. I feel like if Phaedra said that, Shireen had something to say behind it. And sure enough, on Heavenly's Live, she said that Shireen did not hear when Phaedra said that, and that that was two completely different scenes, and that they cut out where Shireen went off on Phaedra. She said it was extremely brutal. I said, "Ooh, was she exposing Phaedra and Apollo's scamming secrets?" What was it? The people want to hear. This is when, you know, I was talking about those bonus episodes on another review. This is when them bonus episodes would come in handy. Okay, give me a bonus, please. So at this point, everybody's like, this is a lot. Who even invited you? Dr. Heavenly invited me. T turns to Heavenly. What was the purpose of inviting them? Heavenly is like, don't you talk to me like that, bitch. Don't you yell at me. That ain't none of your business. Ain't none of your business. And T is like, well, don't you talk to me either. T was giving child like the way her arms. Something about the way her arms was back. And she was like, don't you talk to me either. It was giving a little kid fighting on the playground. So, baby, it just gets crazier from there. Heavenly is trying to stand up and she stumbles and falls back in the water. Simone getting up, she trying to help her up. They going back and forth. Toya in the confessional, at the stuff that T is saying. I'm like, T calls Heavenly a big back bitch. And I'm like, not T. Not T. Well, on Watch What Happens Live, you wasn't big backed it. Like, you know, we'll just leave it there. So the guys see what's going on, and Steve get up like, what's going on? I know that ain't my wife is a mess. He gets up and he scoots on over there and makes sure that Mimi is okay. Mimi is gagged. He goes over to her. She still got the pool floating. Mimi still had the pool floaty on, and she's holding her drink, and he's like, what's happening? She's like, I don't know what happened. I'm like, girl, take that floaty off. She said that floaty on, y'all. It was crazy. Contessa got this camera, and the whole time that the argument between the women is going on, Contessa is like holding this camera up, like, and I'm like, is she recording them? What's happening? She just sitting in the water like, I'm like, what is happening? So when the guys come over there, she finally is like, I got a $3,000 camera in my hand. You know, I can't be breaking them no fights. Girl, you could have been put that camera down. Your nosy self ain't want to miss nothing. Dr. G damn near got T, and he got her in a chokehold trying to calm her down, got her all bear hugged up, crying on your lap. Listen to your husband, T. Listen to your husband. Girl, be quiet. Ain't nobody asked you nothing. Quiet. Like I said, Quad is being messy. She's being petty, no doubt. But I'm here for it. Y'all came on her show. This is what you gonna get. And for everybody that feels like Quad should leave this show, y'all are so crazy to me. She's not even married to Madison. Why is she here anyway? She makes like, they make like dang near $1 million or $1 million a season, like season winners, the people that been there the whole time. Ain't they like $750 and up? Why would I leave my job paying me $750K for 3-4 months of work because some of my coworkers don't like me? Just think of it in that context. Don't think of it as, oh, she's hanging around with these people and they're so mean to her. Yes, that is valid. But, you know, for $1 million, I can deal with some frenemies. For $1 million, I can deal with some frenemies. And that's why when the season wraps, she only be talking to Heavenly because that's her only real friend. No matter how ridiculous Heavenly gets, no matter the fact that Heavenly is the one that pushed T to come on the show in the first place. And Heavenly was like, I just feel indebted to her because I'm the one that brought T around and she knows that and da-da-da. Like, I know that I was wrong for that. I'm like, I'm glad you know that, Heavenly. And I'm glad that you over there kissing her butt and kissing her feet or whatever that is, you know, good enough for Quad. Even if it's just, okay, girl, let me film with Heavenly so I can have somebody to film with so I can still get this $1 million check. Because y'all really thinking that she finna leave this show because she not married to Medicine no more. And not to say that Quad can't get no job making no money, but I'ma still get this check until I can't no more. Like, y'all are crazy thinking that somebody's supposed to walk away from that type of money just because y'all messy. Baby, we all messy. We've been on this show for 10 years now. It's a part of my synchronization now. I need this. This is where I get out my best stuff. Like, come on, have a brain. So now, in the midst of all of this turmoil, King tries to pull G to the side because he's like, I feel like this is the best time because he don't have an audience. And I'm like, no, this is the worst time ever. Because his emotions are still high because he's had to put T in a chokehold to make sure she don't go jump on Heavenly and drown Heavenly in this daggone ocean. So his emotions are very high. But in my head, I'm like, it was probably production to be like, yeah, go talk to Greg now. When you gonna see him again, huh? Go talk to him now. You know, I feel like that may have been a push because that's what it gives. That's what it gives. So he tells G that, you know, you don't need to say nothing else. You don't need to say nothing else to Quad. Okay, I'm gonna let that stuff from last night. I'm gonna let that slide. But you don't need to know, you don't need to say nothing else to her. I don't want to say nothing else to her. Okay, good. You know, but you need to apologize. You know what I mean? You know, and well, tell her not to say nothing to me. Don't worry about that. If she come at you, you come tell me, and I'ma check her. Okay? But you don't need to say nothing back. Boy, they expect me not to say nothing back. A lot of people feel like King was crazy for saying that. And I get that. I'm not going to take away the fact that that does sound a little crazy. Like, it don't matter if she cuss you out. You come tell me. You don't say nothing to her. But in the grand scheme of things, yeah, when it comes to a man that was beating on her, I don't care if she was fighting him to, if a man gets to hitting and suffocating and all the stuff that they went through, it's just too much for you to be yelling at her. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't okay. And people like to say the alleged abuse, you know, the alleged. I'm like, baby, didn't he admit to it? They was both on that stage where he was like, you pulled a knife on me. And she was like, you slammed me to the ground. You ruined my knee. You dragged me down the stairs. You took the battery out my car. You snatched the TVs off the wall. I said, don't you vandalize your own house? And all he could say was, I'm not proud of my actions. But y'all still want to say that it was alleged. This alleged trauma that she has from this alleged. It bothers me so bad. Because he admitted to it. It was all right there. Even the cast was backstage like, yeah, well, I mean, you know, she said that. We don't know what happened. Contessa and Heavenly was like, no. What's Heavenly too? I know Contessa was like, she just said it. One of them was like, no, they just said it. It ain't alleged no more. We just heard it. And it was just all kind of like, you can tell that Quad is not their favorite person. Quad seems like a likable person, and her, you know, her default, her base personality gives likable, and that's why they don't mind her around that much. But when it gets down to it, she gonna challenge them or say something, or they feel like, you know, she might be a little beneath them, and you know, we only got room for one of those. And there's Toya, she feels that spot because she's still married. We can give or take. That's how they treat Quad. So yeah, I get that it sounded crazy, but I get why King would say that at the same time. Next we see Phaedra takes T to the side, and she's like, listen, Shaq over there, he ain't gonna let nothing pop off. And King over there like, yeah, I know about the past. No, you know her version of the past. Well, tell me something different. Tell me something different. No, you gonna find out. You gonna find out. Oh, you don't want to find out. You don't want to find out. Oh, don't be threatening me. I'm a doctor. I can't be out here fighting. I can't be out here fighting. I hope you swim off of me. I hope you swim off. I hope you do everything you need to do. I hope you swim off your feet. A lot of people would have stole off on him. Because why you this close to me doing all this? Why are you this close to me doing all this? At the very least, he would have got mushed. Because why are you this close to me doing all this? And the fact that people don't see, like, whoo, this is like reason 2.5 why King is like, whoo, that's what King's stance and everything about him is giving. Like, I'm trying to, like, I got some sense, but he got one more time. Okay. And then the guys come in, everybody's breaking it up. And as they're breaking it up, G says, see, I knew you was like that because your girl like that. Your girl like that. King said, you know what? He come about that shirt. He started running across that beach. G started boot scooting away, trying to get Shaq, trying to push G further. Like, no, he got a drink in his hand. He trying to keep it from popping off. All you see is Quad's cheeks running across the beach. No. Cheeks just, I was like, oh, okay. And then when T sees all this happening, like her and Phaedra were walking away from it, T Dana yanked Phaedra arm off to get over there to the goings on, child, and she gets to running. People was like, ooh, T, I know T can run like that. I said, she in the military. Well, was in the military. Come on now. And so, yeah, Heavenly said that T said she was going to run over there and fight King because she going to use her military training to take him down because G don't need to be fighting because he a doctor. Y'all. Everything about this episode tickled me, as you can see, because this review is 40 minutes long, because every scene had a little bit of something. Like I said in my Love and Marriage Huntsville review, this weekend of reality TV fed us well, okay? We started with Traitors. Traitors was good. They finally got Boston Rob out. Then we had Love and Marriage Huntsville. And then we had this right here, Real Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine. Everything was good. We usually don't get that. We usually don't get that. Especially everything being good in one night. We don't be getting that. So I was appreciative of this week of good reality TV, okay? So that is it for this review. I am hungry. All I done had since leaving the gym is this protein shake over here. And it's giving she finna make an open face burger with some air fried fries. That's what she finna do for, it's 2 o'clock. I'll probably be eating by 3. That's technically dinner for me. So bye y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this review. Like the video, thumbs up. Comment, let me know what you thought about the video and the episode. Who you think was in the wrong? Was King being ghetto? Because I saw that King being ghetto. Why he do all that? Nothing about that situation warranted that. In what world? Or do you feel like, oh my God, Dr. G was doing the most. Why was he antagonizing that man? Yep. Sound off in the comments. Let me know, y'all. Until next time. Bye.